Just as unmanned aerial vehicles have reduced combat dangers, the U.S. Navy intends to introduce unmanned surface vehicles with similar capabilities to naval warfare. The U.S. Navy recently launched a missile from its first USV Ranger, demonstrating new combat capabilities at sea and bringing it one step closer to real-world employment. In its continuity, the SM-6 missile is launched by the U.S. Ghost Ship Fleet USV Ranger. That's the topic of today's video. If you want to know more about the USV Ranger and their plan regarding the SM-6 missile, don't skip the video. Stay with us till the end. The United States Department of Defense has recently given us our first look at what will most likely be a familiar sight in the future. Smaller ships, some of which will be unmanned or barely staffed, with modular launchers capable of launching the most modern standoff weapons in the inventory. In this scenario, the launcher was used to fire an SM-6 missile, which is gradually becoming one of the Pentagon's most significant and versatile weapons. The unmanned surface vessel Ranger is testing a containerized 4-pack SM-6 launcher, according to the Department of Defense. The Ranger is purely a next-generation vessel that is part of a secret program. The Ghost Fleet Overlord program aims to define unmanned warship capabilities and operational ideas. The USV Ranger is one of 2 unmanned ships that contribute to the U.S. Navy's Ghost Fleet Testing Program, which is managed in partnership with the Strategic Capabilities Office. The other is USV Nomad. Together they are the Ghost Fleet Overlord. It comes as a surprise, given that plans for such launches were not made public before the launch, even if it is the latest in a series of milestones achieved by the program thus far. Previous accomplishments include autonomous travel from the Gulf Coast to the coast of California, as well as autonomous participation in a major Navy drill. Ghost Fleet Overlord is presently in its second phase, which began in September 2019 and focuses on the integration of government-supplied command and control systems and payloads, as well as more complicated and difficult naval operations experiments. Phase 2 is being carried out with the same vessels and industry teams who participated in Phase 1 and will complete in early 2022, at which point both Ghost Fleet Overlord vessels will be transferred to the Navy for additional testing. The SM-6 is a 2-stage missile developed by Raytheon that is being used by the U.S. Navy for anti-air and anti-surface warfare, as well as a ballistic missile defense system. The SM-6 also possesses a second strike capability, allowing it to kill fixed targets on land and moving targets at sea, such as ships, with pinpoint accuracy over vast distances. The missile can be used in several modes, including inertial guidance to target with terminal acquisition, utilizing an active radar seeker, semi-active radar homing all the way, and an over-the-horizon shot with cooperative engagement capability. As an addition to the standard Missile 3, the missile is also capable of terminal ballistic missile defense. Unlike other missiles in the standard family, the standard Missile 6 can be tested and certified on a regular basis without being removed from the vertical launching mechanism. Its high-speed, quasi-ballistic missile strike mode makes it difficult to defend against. The kind is also being researched as a potential component of future hypersonic weapons defensive architecture. Raytheon claims that the missile can be launched from 60 surface ships and that more than 500 of them have been delivered to the U.S. Navy. The mass of the missile is 3,300 pounds and the length is 21.5 feet. Warhead is 140 pounds of blast fragmentation. Its maximum speed is 2,664.2 miles per hour. According to a military research tank, the U.S. Navy devotes significant resources to anti-submarine warfare. An efficient method would be to deploy USV to perform these activities, which they could execute continually without weariness, with excellent accuracy, and at a fraction of the cost. This provides the weapon with a networking capability, which allows for exceptional distribution. In essence, these ships could spread out over great distances and launch on targets remotely using cues from off-platform sensors positioned located throughout the battle region, which connects major surface combatants, fighter aircraft, airborne sensor aircraft, space satellites, and so much more. Such networked weapons ideas, which do not rely on targeting from their launch platform, will enable the Pentagon's future kill web, which would span thousands, not hundreds of miles. Following the cancellation of the Standard Missile to Extended Range Block IVA, Raytheon was awarded a contract to build the missile for the U.S. Navy in 2004. Development began in 2005, with testing beginning in 2007. In February 2008, the missile was given the official designation Standard Missile 6. In 2009, the first low-rate production was allowed. Raytheon was awarded a $93 million contract in September 2009 to commence the manufacture of the SM-6. In March 2011, the first low-rate manufacturing missile was delivered. In May 2013, the SM-6 was certified for full-rate manufacturing. The Standard Missile 6 attained initial operating capability on the USS Kidd in November 2013. The USS John Paul Jones fired 4 SM-6 missiles during drills from June 18 to June 20, 2014. The NIFC-CA AS-02A exercise resulted in the then longest surface-to-air combat in Navy history. The precise range of the intercept was not made public. On August 14, 2014, an SM-6 was successfully intercepted over land after being fired at a subsonic, low-altitude cruise missile target. The capacity to detect a slow-moving target among ground clutter was a critical component of the test. Raytheon announced on October 24, 2014, that 2 SM-6 missiles intercepted anti-ship and cruise missile targets during engage on remote scenarios. SM-6 is fired from a guided missile cruiser utilizing targeting information provided by a guided missile destroyer shot down a low-altitude, short-range supersonic GQM-163A and a low-altitude, medium-range subsonic BQM-74E. The missile's over-the-horizon capability can be employed to a greater extent thanks to advanced warning and cueing from other ships, allowing a single ship to protect a considerably bigger region. The SM-6 was transferred from low-rate to full-rate production in May 2015, greatly expanding production numbers and further lowering unit costs. The Navy successfully intercepted a ballistic missile target in the terminal phase, the final few seconds before impact. The Dual One update added a more powerful processor that runs more advanced targeting software to hit a warhead descending from the upper atmosphere at tremendous speed. This improves the fleet's missile defense capabilities by allowing it to intercept ballistic missiles that SM-3 missiles, which target missiles in the mid-course phase, are unable to hit. The Navy formerly employed the SM-2 Block 4 as a terminal missile interceptor, but the SM-6 integrates missile defense with classic cruise missile and aircraft interdiction in a single package. The SM-6 Dual One configuration was put into operation in 2016. The SM-6 demonstrated maximum down range and maximum cross-range intercepts in over-the-horizon engage on remote missions supported by CEC in January 2016, beating the previous maximum engagement record set in June 2014. In the test, 5 targets were shot down, demonstrating the missile's capacity to undertake multiple target scenarios. The SM-6 also sank the decommissioned USS Reuben James in a demonstration on January 18, 2016, demonstrating its anti-ship capabilities. Raytheon reported on September 30, 2016, that the SM-6 had once again recorded the longest surface-to-air intercept in naval history, beating its previous long-range intercept record set in January 2016. The unit cost to produce an SM-6 missile is $4.87 million. The total cost of 500 missiles delivered to the U.S. Navy is $2,435 million. The bottom line is that as the Navy grapples with the huge operational, tactical, and strategic challenges that the Pacific Theater, in particular, poses, shifting to a widely distributed and platform-diversified fighting strategy will not only be favorable but also necessary. This new launcher, as well as the increased leveraging of the SM-6, as well as the distribution of these capabilities throughout what will be genuinely huge battlefields of the future, are critical components in preparing for this new reality in modern warfare. Well, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as we enjoyed making it. It will encourage us to make more such videos if you like, comment, and share our video. And a subscription to our channel is a must. We'll see you in the next video very soon.